talk dirty.
Oh no, when
I
you
be
say
like,
to me,
I
my
don't
dirty
know.
talk is more goofy than actually sexy sometimes. Like, don't get me wrong, I got my times when I'm like straight zone, but a lot of times I like characters. Role play is a form of it too. So dirty talk can be me dressing in a Velma costume, which I've done, and going jinkies. Right? And dropping the glasses on the floor and saying on my knees, I can't find my glasses.
They just counted me down and I'm feeling like Janet Jackson right now. Welcome to Milfshake, where mom life meets realness. I am one of your special hosts, Tiffany E. I have Tiff O over here. I have, what's your name today? Because you be having like mad personalities.
I'm Goldi today.
So
I'm Goldi.
we have Goldi. Say hey, Goldi. Say it one more
Hey,
time.
this is fire, okay? All right, I'm sorry.
Chewing like a cow. Like, calm down. Oh my God. And we have our bestie sexologist, Kash, here with us today.
Hey y'all.
So who was in time out today? Anybody got anybody?
Okay, I got somebody, okay? The person in my DM, no names, no nothing, it's a young man who commented publicly, okay, the street I was on, the city I was in, and my zip code when I was walking down the street making a video. You're in timeout. Because why would you do that, dummy? That was so stupid. Like, as a black woman, in general, I don't care if I'm in Alaska, you don't pinpoint the location. I wasn't in a bar, I wasn't at a restaurant, I was at a local place that is okay to know that. Why would you do that? You're in timeout, okay? And I hope you stub your pinky toe for the rest of your life. And I hope Apple Music takes $9.99 out your account for the rest of your life as well.
At 2 a.m.
At 2 a.m. when your Android's unlocked.
The night before you had to pay a bill.
Ooh.
And he has an Android. Don't even listen to Apple Music. They're just taking $9.99
Just
out.
get scammed. I wish that for you.
So Kash,
Yes,
tell us,
madam.
who are you?
Who are you, darling? Who are you?
Well, I go by Your Sexologist Bestie. That's one of my hats. I got a couple of them. Autism Mompreneur, but Your Sexologist Bestie, who's here today.
Okay.
Because once we talk about vaginas and penises together, we're best
We're
friends.
best friends?
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I know stuff. Actually, I know things about people that they best friends don't know.
Oh,
So that's kind of why I made that my identity. So I'm looking for my besties.
it's probably also your ability to read people and to make people feel comfortable. It makes them feel comfortable opening up.
They just be
to
telling
you.
me stuff, and I'd be like,
Yeah.
I feel, but honestly, the worst part of it is I feel like, God gave me like the trauma jackpot. Like he was out there like Oprah, like you get a little sexual assault, you get a little domestic violence, you get a little autism, and so I feel like the upside of it is that I can relate to so many people because some of the stuff they went through, I'm like, yeah, that was about 1990.
And there's so much beauty in laughing at your pain. Because we all done been through pain and trauma, but when we can make light of it.
We can make light of it.
And make work of it or make money from it.
You're no longer traumatized. I always tell people that, like, listen, if we've all got a touch of something, because trauma, I think people only look at the biggest ones, but they don't realize, like, the simplest things could really, like, affect you for the rest of your life. To me, it's like when you get to the point where you can acknowledge, oh, I've had this trauma, but I'm not traumatized.
Right.
Yeah.
Then
You come out of the victim
come out of it,
mindset.
yep.
You're just like, you know what, I'm going to own this and make it like your power.
Yep, you look for what can you control, and you start controlling it. And so I was hypersexualized, and now I save lives one orgasm at a time.
One orgasm.
Orgasm. So is it okay if I get into your personal business?
I don't care, yeah.
Okay, first question, single or in a relationship?
In a relationship.
Okay, bet. Great. Now, Honey on Your Tongue, Volume 1, the softest touch that shifts the hardest man.
Yes.
Do you feel that that is kind of like a go-to formula to really get into a man's heart and into a man's mind is to be soft?
Yeah, I teach soft as a skill. I don't teach it as like, this is, to be clear, the book is not like an invitation to be someone's boo-boo to fool.
Okay, absolutely.
It does, I actually have an entire chapter dedicated on giving you the key tells of all of the fools. So here's the emotional narcissist, here's the covert narcissist, here's the emotional, all of them, so that you can kind of spot them a little earlier on, and you ain't gotta like figure out what they look like after they already did a number on you, like most of us, like dumb o'clock. I know I was the stupid bitch she was calling me. Yeah. At one point I was like, maybe I am a stupid bitch, maybe but honestly, I wanted I feel like when you go through so many experiences with those kind of men, it starts to condition you to be a little bit more of a tougher skin survivalist. And so when you do find a person who's worthy of the honey, we don't always know what he looks like, and we have a hard time bringing it out because you feel like you're being naive or whatever, as opposed to having better discernment. So the book teaches you discernment and softness as a mastery.
Discernment is so important.
Because I ain't have it.
God. So do you feel like your expertise, or just anybody in general, having sex expertise translates to a successful relationship? Or is that two different things to you?
Well, ironically, my clients don't actually have sex issues for the most part. Maybe 2% of them over 13 years of working with people have actually had sex be the root problem. It's usually another area of life that's impacting sex, because if y'all are pissed off with each other or y'all can't get this right, you don't get turned on for that person. So you stop having as much physical intimacy. But really, when we get to the nitty gritty, it's something in the relationship, it's some past trauma that was never dealt with, it was some, some other area that's like kids.
Okay.
Sometimes you really do have the FTK.
Yeah.
Because sometimes just like going too deep into your other roles forgets the relationship role. So I don't think there's no separation.
So it's kind of opposite. When you have a healthy, good, and positive relationship, that can in turn roll over into your sex life.
Yeah.
I like that.
I teach them more conflict resolution than anything, because conflict is going to come.
Okay. Right.
It's how you navigate them that determines how you come out of it, which is what determines whether the relationship will be able to weather the other storms. So like, it's to the point where that's one thing I'm very happy I have at my person now. Like, we argue the situation, never each other.
What is that? Hold on. What is that?
Because that right there is a big deal. You know, when people
spitting fire or something.
How do we argue the situation and not each other?
When you realize that you're starting to attack the person as a character, as opposed to making your point about the situation you're dealing with, then you've toggled the fence. So like, you stepped on the other line of it. And for me, it's like, you see it happen all the time when people don't have nothing to say. They start going, "You stupid." They start adding potential name call, right? Because you haven't found a way to make your point. And either that means you need to go back into your chamber and improve your own emotional intelligence, because you don't have the vocabulary to articulate what you're feeling, so you resorted to this, as opposed
Just
to
trying to hurt me.
Yeah, I can't stand one person say, "I don't know how to say this." Well, go figure it out.
Right. Think. Use ChatGPT.
Come back in after and say to me, "You know what? I had some time to think about it, and here's how I feel," as opposed to wanting that instant gratification and dealing with the issue and saying some shit you can't take back.
Right.
Yeah. And now you wonder why. And this is why,
I bring outside of hurt, and like, you hurt me, I want to hurt you, as opposed to trying to just problem solve.
With what's the real point of the hurt, right?
Yeah.
Because I could talk about you did. What the book actually teaches you is how to get to frame these conversations in a way that actually makes a person think themselves, could I have done it differently? I will say this, I don't think this is just men and women. Because even with your friends, until you get people themselves to see where they have room to change, you're fighting a never-ending battle.
Absolutely.
Because they're going to it's a tit for tat, versus being, you know what, I could have said that different.
Yes, I think choosing your words is one of the most important things about any relationship, whether it's with your children, how you talk to your kids. You going through the same problems with them. How am I going to address it this time? I'm not going to yell. When last time I yelled, it blew up. It went out of proportion. How does this make them feel? So you should do the same things in all of, whether it's your friendships, your partner, you know what I'm saying? All of that.
And that's why this is volume 1.
Oh, because it's gonna.
Because honey on your tongue with your kids, honey on your tongue with your, because it's you're 1,000. You hit it on the nose, because that's what people don't realize, and I think it's more so just a communication skill, right?
I was gonna say that, like,
you're talking sweet.
You're learning how to deliver this with sweetness, and I referenced this in a book, but there is a psychologist who kind of did a study that came out with a breakdown of communication and percentages, and it's 55% body language, 38% tone, 7% words. And it doesn't mean that the other ones are less. What it means is that you can say certain words, but literally the tone you say them in or the body language you give with it will shift the meaning of the word.
All the time.
So up, down, circle, circle, square. Like, let me do it this, let me say it this way, let me deliver this way, and let me be adjusting myself this way. Like, I do feel like I have great communication when it comes to being a mom. Like if I can say the same things, but I'll say like a singing tone, more animated. You know, we're talking about like Blippi. Like I have a way more animated way of getting my point across the same exact way. But then when it comes to like more realistic, serious situations like a partnership, I just do not know.
You know, that's typical though, because, you know, I actually had a lot of women who responded that way. I had a clip that went viral, and the topic was actually me and my best friend were on a podcast, and she was saying, like, when she says it to the guys, they get it. When I say it, it's da-da-da-da. So, yeah, we did that, and what I said to her, a lot of women was like, I don't feel like I should have to do that for a man. And I was like, well, when you go into corporate spaces, we change our tone. We speak with our supervisors with a certain tone of respect. You don't come across a certain way. When you're dealing with your parents or your elders, you shift your tone, your body language. You do it with your children, like you said. We go out of our way to find a way to say it to them in a way they're gonna receive it. But then it comes to our significant other, which is probably the person who we're trying to do life with, right? And so when your mother is gone and your daddy is gone and your kids grow up and leave the house and that job is no longer, and this is the person you have to be left with, why are they the person who deserves the least effort? That's the question.
Some people don't know how to do it at all, though. Right. Like sometimes it's fair for, I ain't finna talk nice for nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because and while y'all are talking, I'm thinking about different ways to say, please shut the fuck up.
Oh.
You can say it in a nice way.
Yeah, you can.
My please shut the fuck up as a mother is happy day.
My please shut up is, right, well, it depends on who I'm talking to. If it's my man, I'm going to say, I'm a little overstimulated right now, so my brain needs a break from sound.
Okay. Talking to your man, please shut the fuck up.
Shut up.
You see?
Talking to your man, please shut the fuck up.
I just stare at him. Literally, I don't say nothing.
No, I don't just be saying shut up, but sometimes I'm at a point where I don't want to hear nothing. And I find myself thinking this a lot more in my brain, like, please just shut the fuck up.
Oh, you know what? I'll tell him sometimes that I had a book and I'll tell him when I don't have any honey. I'll say, honey, I don't have. He know if I say to him, baby, I don't have the honey. That's my way of saying I'm so exhausted mentally that the work that it's going to take for me to look for all the right channels does not compute right now. I just want to say, motherfucker, if you don't get the fuck out of my face right now, and you think you can charm me with this bullshit, but you ain't gonna shut me the fuck up right now because I'm pissed the fuck off, and you still in my face with this bullshit. That's what I want to say. But then I go, baby, I just think I need a minute. I'm gonna take a bath.
But see, that's so beautiful that you've had somebody who got the chance to learn you. Because I feel like, you know, like my daughter's father, I had like certain things. I was like, I don't got it on me. I don't got no pockets. Like, I don't have it on me to give you what you need from me right now. But then, like, coming into like something new, I'm like, damn, that's the one thing I hate about dating somebody else. Like, now somebody else got to see my titties. Like, I got to show somebody else. Like, you already seen them. We already got comfortable. And I was like, and I got to be shy all over again, you know? So
I wouldn't do that though.
Just be you.
Look, not only be you, but you gotta start the I don't like the word conditioning here, but I'm gonna use it for lack of a better word coming to me right now. You have to help a person understand how you communicate, and more so, we spend too much time asking each other about all the shit we like instead of asking each other about all the shit we don't like. And so I tell them all the time, tell me the shit that's fucked up so I'm not caught off guard by that. Surprise me with the good. I'll be like, oh, he's so nice, he's thoughtful. I never knew that. I would rather that than be like, oh, he talked to me like I got 2 balls hanging from between my legs and like we want to have a dick measuring contest. It's 2 different things. So I feel like in the beginning, I asked my person, one of the most intentional questions I asked him was, how do you want me to respond to your anger if you're mad at me? And how do you want me to respond to your anger if you're mad at something that is outside of me? And we both answered that question for each other because he knows if he's pissed me off, he can't ignore that. Because if you leave room for that shit to fester, I'm going to be in a room like a lawyer. I'm gonna be prepared exhibit A, B, C, D, E, F, G. But if I'm mad at something else, I actually want him to get away from me because I don't want him in my blast radius. So I'm like, give me space.
That's a great question. I never thought to think of that question. Like,
yeah, I need to know.
With communication, right? What if the person doesn't know how to receive the communication? Like, you could be a great communicator, but they don't know how to receive it. It's like they just listen to talk.
They're not worth the honey. It's a test, but I will say now, again, the flip side of me that creates grace. Why are they not able to receive it? Are they aware that they're not even able to receive it? Because there's some people who are straight delusional. They think they're the best communicators in the world. And you're like, but you don't ever seem to understand nothing.
Yeah.
But I feel like if a person realizes like, and they're able to say like, I don't really know how, or I don't want to, they're acknowledging the area of lack. So pointing it out doesn't help them. It just makes them feel worse about something they already feel like they don't do well. I feel like if you're coming across a person who you're doing all the right things and somehow it's being landed differently, I start to ask them questions that make them think. Like, what about what I said triggered you? What about what I said made you feel this way? And then kind of make them think about their behaviors, because they have to realize it.
Yeah.
You're not going to get anywhere noticing it, and if you can't get them to see, you know what, I don't know why that happened with my man.
So trying to get them to understand.
Yeah.
Just to rewind before I forget my thought, when it comes to trying to get to know somebody and understanding the hard parts about them, one thing I ask people that I'm getting to know is I'll say, what are some things you want to work on in yourself? You know what I'm saying? And then I'll say, I want to work on my patience. If I know that I got short patience, you know what I'm saying, I'll say that, and then it's like a gentle way for them to say, I'm a thief. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I like that.
take shit in this
Giving
league.
them a fair chance, you know, like you said, to get to know and understand who you are dealing with. But I like too how you said trying to push somebody to think outside of their box.
Yeah.
Sometimes people are in their box and they just think, I'm right.
Yeah.
What I'm saying, this is the end all and the be all. But no, how? Let's talk about this. Like kind of forcing them gently to expand.
To expand it, because everybody always seems to feel like they know or have this deep awareness of how they feel. Most of I find in adults, emotional intelligence is impacted most when they have no awareness of others. See, because emotional intelligence has 4 pillars, right? There's self-awareness and then self-regulation, right? And then the other side of it, when it comes to dealing with others, that relationship management piece, there's emotional, right? Awareness of how other people are feeling, empathy, being able to actually relate to someone else. And then you have the ability at that point to manage the relationship better. A lot of people do a lot on this side. They spend a lot of time talking about how they feel, and I feel that they lack the awareness of how the other person is. You can't do it without both. You really can't.
So I was taking you back to what you just said about, you know, like letting somebody know the things that you don't like as opposed to what you do like, okay? I feel like we would like to know, is it possible to let a man know what you like in the bedroom, or train a new person to what you like in the bedroom? Because how is that going down? Like, I don't like this. I ain't never had to say this in my past 5-6 year relationship. You know, he knew what to do. Now it's a new person. Now I got to tell you what I like, what I don't like, and don't put your finger there. So.
A PowerPoint presentation right before you have sex.
Right.
This is what I do.
Like, no.
Here's my clitoris. I have a slight, I have 1/4 roast beef to the left, so you have to, I'm just kidding. Yeah, we are the meat. Nah, but I will say, so I don't ever introduce the tough talks in a tough way. I think every couple should do something called pleasure mapping. And I think, or body mapping. And I think that you should do this every 3 months, period. I think everyone should always do it, because as you go through different things, how your body responds to stimulation and things can change. So it's either just regularly just check in with yourself and your partner to make sure y'all both still feeling the same. But if some significant incident or something occurs, then you're gonna have to do it again. Because grief, you know, all the real life stuff, losing a job, losing income. You know, a lot of men have a hard time being their strongest, most vital selves when money is funny or whatever, like it. So for a woman, we are navigating the man ego.
Speak.
We are navigating the man's ego. You got to be a GPS system. You got to be like, turn left, turn right. Oh no, you went too far. It's hard for them. So what I will say is, I don't actually tell them I don't like this. I don't actually tell them, because I've actually had things I thought I didn't like, but I didn't like it with that last guy. Right. But with this guy, I kind of like it, right? So what we do, I always tell people, when you pleasure mapping, real simple, you kind of make it fun. You're going into a pleasure experience with the goal of data. So basically, I'll tell them, start at my neck, up here, and work your way down. Start with licking, and I'll tell you, I don't like when you lick there. That kind of tickles, or it's cold. It's a little cold. But then when you do something warm, it's like, okay, hold on now. That lick feel a little
so
right.
This is a physical pleasure mapping.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna touch me, and I'm gonna tell you when you get to the hot zone. Oh my God.
Yeah, and you make it fun. You make it fun. Yeah, you tell that
The
person.
pressure's getting worse.
Because you know what's so crazy? Like, there are times, I don't know if y'all could relate to this, but like, I don't always like sometimes just raw tongue, but if you put your mouth, your lips against me and then lick, it has a completely different feeling.
Okay.
So I always tell people, lick, kiss, lick with suction in the same area, and be like, I didn't really like when you just lick because it tickled, but when you put your lips on it, it took a little bit of the tickling away and it made it feel good. So now they have a real fine-tuned way of understanding what you like there. A fun way to do it, you want to make it a little game, put a little wager on the line. I use a product for this, but some people like to bring flavor and stuff into the bed. I use this product called Sweet Spot, but it basically makes like your erogenous zones more sensitive. But I'll apply it in a couple areas. Let's say you go in another room. It could be a little honey. It could be whatever. And they have to search your body for the sweet spots on you or whatever. Bottom line is, in the process of them touring, they're going to be seeing what areas make you do this and be like, oh, hold on, baby, that's a little too. Hold on. But the goal would be, let's just say we both pick the same number of spots. I will put a timer on whoever finds all the spots first wins something. It could be you got to wash the dishes. It could be you got to take me to the next date. But it kind of puts a competitive fun way into it. But while they're doing it, be like, oh, baby, no, that tickles too much. So now he understands.
Oh, right, that spot.
Yeah, I feel like you got to make it fun. You can't make it like you coming in for a employee evaluation after you've been through the first 6 months. And you're like, so let's review.
That's exactly how I do it.
The way you licked my clitoris on August 16th of 2000. That shit was not round in, round we go. You was doing a little bit of this. I like a little bit of this. Also, you can't do that with them because nobody is motivated from a space of telling them everything they lack without giving them empowerment of like, but you did this good. I actually really like when you did this, but this, I didn't really care for that too much.
That seems like a lot of talking. So do you guys talk dirty in the bedroom or like talk dirty to your partner? Because that makes me cringe. I'm just like, shut the fuck up.
Oh, I turned into 7 different.
I don't like
This is where my acting talent
when
gets.
a man be like, talk dirty to me, I be like, I just bury my face in the pillow and be like, mumble. Like, I don't want to talk.
Oh, I'm turning sex into a skit.
My thing too is like, but if you want me to talk dirty to you, then there's nothing wrong with initiating that.
Right.
Oh,
right,
yeah.
right,
Like
right,
if that's your shit,
I thought that's something
then
like
talk dirty.
dirty.
So I can respond.
Oh no, when
I
you
be
say
like,
to me,
I
my
don't
dirty
like
talk is more goofy than actually sexy sometimes. Like, don't get me wrong, I got my times when I'm like straight zone, but a lot of times I like characters. Role play is a form of it too. So dirty talk can be me dressing in a Velma costume, which I've done, and going jinkies. Right? And dropping the glasses on the floor and saying on my knees, I can't find my glasses.
Yeah.
Can you help me find it? And it kind of provokes that damsel in distress, like distress, kind of like, help me, I lost it. And then I'll find it conveniently. Oh, hi. How you doing? Like, but I feel like people make dirty talk too complicated. Like it's supposed to sound like a Zane novel. And not everybody.
Your cock thrives inside of my
Was right inside of me. Yeah. I feel empowered when your penis touches my cervix. You know, but I will say some shit like that.
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh yes, honey, fill me with your glory.
Oh my God.
And I'm
you say that for real?
I will say that. And when I laugh, I'm gonna do a Kegel on it. You feel that, Daddy?
But that's why I think it's important to have that pre-sex talk. Like, not from the rip, though, because I feel like some men are just like, the whole overly lusting thing is it's like, all right now, brother.
Right.
Yeah.
We gonna get there
Because
when we get there. It's gonna happen if it happens, but we don't have to go out the gate with that shit.
They make it sound raw too. Yeah. Like my man will, like, for example, we be at the gas thing. He pumping my gas. He'll say something like, "You like how I'm filling this tank, baby?" And I'm like, "I see you.
Though.
I see you there. You filling it with premium." Like that becomes dirty talk.
For the right.
Yes,
right.
later
I
on.
think it's different because I know it's like with your partner you could do that, but when you were just talking about guys like being overly sexual, like nigga, we just dating. We didn't even have sex yet, and you just doing too much.
Too much.
I would appreciate a guy who's asked questions in the dating phase who said things like, what are some things you learned about your body through your intimate experiences over time? I'd be like, oh, this nigga is philosophical.
Fire question.
Right?
But I'm gonna be like, you was watching
we
Cash
grown,
Pod.
we grown. Listen, it's gonna happen if we want it to happen.
I think the
But
rule of thumb is
calm
let the
down.
woman introduce. Once a woman introduces the topic of sex, then it's likely she's comfortable, all bets is off. But when you start coming with it too strong in the beginning, it kind of makes me question, like, what's your motive? Like,
Right.
you know, and it's corny.
But I feel like once I get to me, everything is comfort. Whether it's dirty talk or talking about your pleasure map, everything is comfort to me. When I'm comfortable with you, I have no problem doing those things. But also, whether it's dirty talk or not. Just because you and your ex talked throughout the entire session from beginning to end does not mean I'm into the same thing. So again, let's talk about this.
Yeah, and I got kids. Sometimes sometimes this is going to be a little.
quiet.
Sometimes it's going to have to sound like a rape fantasy. You're going to have to hold my mouth like, bitch, shut up. Take this down.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, he's in there playing brain rot. Since I ain't brain rot. I'm in there like 6, 7.
So do you feel like you naturally have a high sex drive, or is this something that you had to come into?
No, I never had to grow into it, but I did have to reprogram it. Because technically, you know, sex for me, I did experience sexual assault young before adulthood. So it does sometimes lead to hypersexual behaviors for some people. I'm more connection based, so I'm more of like my identity would be considered demisexual, where I can't have an attraction without a connection. Whereas before it was all about the physical feeling. Now it's like mentally I need to feel like I could talk to you, emotionally I need to feel like you care about me, and spiritually I need to feel like we at least walk in the same path. We got the same goals, or right now, and then my body can open up to you.
That's true. That's very.
But without the other three,
I love that.
My body be like,
I feel like I just realized that. Like I was abused young as a child, and I used to always say into my adulthood, I have low libido. Like I'm not like I can't have like a sexual attraction. And I do feel like the person I was with, I do feel like the person I was with for a long amount of time, once our relationship started diminishing and I feel like you didn't care about me, but then all he wanted to do was sexual, I wasn't there anymore.
Your body
because I feel like,
fine.
but then it's like another person who like we can sit outside and talk for hours.
And you just be looking
And
at them talk.
And
You
she
be like,
wow, and I'm like,
Look.
hold on, what is going on?
he ain't said shit.
He ain't said nothing.
He was like last week, and I was at Barnes and Nobles. You was like, tell me more.
The way they treat you.
What you read?
Can you read my lips?
Did you read my lips? Yeah.
But her
Would you
just
like
saying
to?
that I need to have like a connection. Like it has to be I have to know that you care about me. It's like, damn, wow, I relate with that so much because like I loved you for so long. But the minute I felt like there was no longer a connection, I no longer am sexually attracted to you.
And that's because like men and women, we're different in that women are natural overthinkers. Like we already overthinking about a lot, so we can't help but overthink. It's not even a choice at this point because after we fuck, I still got some shit to do. So I think that because we have a harder time turning off our brain, it makes sex sometimes feel like a little stressful when you have to tolerate those types of things in a guy. A man who makes your brain stop, A, B, C, D, F, G, just make sure that he's not only good for dick though, because sometimes they have the ability to make you forget everything too. And the shit you need to remember, you forget that too. And the next thing you don't understand why you over there letting this man fuck you like the Ritz do. And now you're like, oh, but he didn't. So I feel like that's why I think the mental part, like I have to talk to you and see where your head is at. And once I realize, okay, this got a little something to it, my clitoris be like,
right. I feel like I just never experienced it as an adult. Like I'll be attracted, and we're not even talking sexual. It's just like the way you're talking to me, the way you understand me, the words that are going back and forth, like where your head is, your thought process. And I be like, damn.
that's what I say.
I ain't gonna lie though. Sometimes I see something, I be like, oh yeah, I'll fuck that.
Right.
And most men don't realize that. They talk themselves.
Right.
I'm just looking at that like, wow, this is a good looking man right here. Like, oh.
Because I feel like in the physical too, that's like your first introduction. That's your appearance, like how you look, how you're attracted. Like if you are a nice built man who looks like you're in the gym, you care about yourself. You care about your health. You care about, you prioritize. You're not just a bum. You know.
I do like a little belly though, because I be seeing 401k. I be seeing all kinds of savings
I'll take
plans.
a grown man belly. I can't take the
No. Yes.
Because what is that even? Like when it's out to here, is that a layer of fat? Is that sickness?
That's probably
It be hard. Not that I know, but it look like
They
it's
have
hard.
a harder
Like,
time. They have a harder time too. Some of them it's
weight?
hormonal. Sometimes it's
Stress,
it's
depression.
different.
It could
It's
be a lot.
a lot of things. Yeah. But if you are like, I can see you're a hardworking guy.
Yes.
You
got
having a
a
hard
little bit of
time getting to
belly.
the gym because you was there for 12 hours at work. Then it's like you give it a little grace. But
Get
I
it.
agree with you. Like to some degree, if you look like even those guys, but they look upkept. Like they get their cuts or they keep themselves to some degree. Like okay.
If you care about you could care about me. Right.
So
Word.
question,
What you about to say, babe?
if you care so much, have you ever faked it in bed?
Yeah, fuck. Absolutely.
I've never
Should we
faked
drink
it.
into that?
Hello.
Absolutely.
I've never faked it.
I've never faked it.
Oh wait, who faked it?
Who faked it? You and
I
Tiff?
did.
I mean, cause that was in the thought process of hair nigga damn. Like, you're only getting hair nigga damn ass from me. Like, you're all for me, leave me alone. You know, you. So that is when I hair nigga damn. And there is a such thing as hair nigga damn. Okay, you need to read the body language of a woman. Okay, what she don't really want to do with, she ain't in the mood. If I'm stressed out about bills and payments and tuition and all this stuff going, I'm not turned on. I'm not. You know. So it's like, damn, you're another problem in my face. Bam, hair nigga damn. Like,
I hate that we even feel like we have to do it.
It's called fawning. I mean, it's a trauma response. I gotta give it up all the time, but it's like it'll shut you up.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
But you know what's so crazy? That's why I say like the guy who can turn your brain off. Because you're right. I'm stressed about this, and this. If you got the kind of energy with me that makes me forget that for a little bit, I'm gonna crave this because I'm gonna feel like I need this little quick reset. I already got. But if you're the kind of person who feels like an addition to all the other shit, then it becomes here.
Yeah, baby. No, come here.
I do.
Come here, nigga. Damn, come here.
It could be. It feels like almost like people pleasing sometimes.
Yeah.
And when you're putting the wants or the needs of others in before your own, it's like I don't even feel like doing this. I don't want to see you. I don't want to lay down. I don't want to get fucked. But all right, come on.
That's why I said it's called fawning. Yeah. Like literally, people know fight, flight, and freeze, but nobody talks about fawning, which is the other trauma response, which is basically appealing to the thing that you want to avoid hurting you, or like technically fawning was coined with appealing to an attacker. Like if you I talked about this before, but like if you get kidnapped and you want them to hurt you, you try to like show empathy to them and hope that they don't hurt you. Like, oh, but why did you want to? Damn. You know, I know that somebody hurt you. Tell me, like, you try to kind of
connect with them
as opposed to like fighting to get out or like, you know, not know what to do. So like we as women like do that because if you think about it, especially in New York, you can't walk down a city block without having to do something to kind of keep the aggression of the guys coming on to you at bay. If you're an attractive woman and you've had to deal with that type of stuff, you don't want to respond in a way that make them like, yo, fuck you too, bitch, and those, because they do it. They do it.
Especially New York.
Especially New York, they do it. So for a while, you like even when guys speak to me, I'm like, oh, I'm fine. How are you? And a lot of women will give out like a Google number or a gram.
I'm not about to stop and talk. Unless I feel like I'm super in danger and this person look like they might flip on me. I'm not gonna do that. Sometimes out of just be polite, I will respond and say, I'm good, how are you? Or good morning.
Right, I'm the same way.
And that's it, and I'm gonna keep it pushing. Because honestly, if you stop for every dude that wanna talk to you, you're gonna be stopping all damn day. So it's like, sometimes I feel like humans need to read the room.
Yeah.
If I'm interested in talking to you,
I will give you my attention.
If a woman stops and talks and gives me a number, you sending me a hell of a mixed signal. I wouldn't advise that.
Yeah. I don't think that they should too. But I've seen a situation where a chick literally, a guy threw something at her walking away. Like he had, you know, sometimes when they're around they dudes, they feel a little bit more emboldened to be extra. And she's like, oh, you whatever, bitch. Like, da-da-da-da. And whatever the case is. Yeah, it wasn't nothing like heavy. He had something in his hand, like, you know how like, oh, you know what it was? It was like the bacon, egg, and cheese wrapper. So he had it balled up. He threw the thing at the girl because she wouldn't stop. He's like, you ain't even, like, so to me, it's like some women have gotten attacked for not stopping, but you're right. Yeah. Because it is one of those confusing.
It's like, damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Y'all need to know how to take no for an answer, though. Yes. I can't stand that. I have a man. That ain't my problem. Actually, it is, because it's the reason why you can't get my attention.
No. Yeah. Even mothers teach their sons that if she say no, it's just
no. It's no.
If she say she not drinking, she just not drinking. If she say she busy, she's just busy. She don't want to see you. Today's not a good day. That's just it. She got a man. That's just it. It's not an invitation for you to push forward and say, well, can we be friends?
Because coercion is harassment.
I'll tell you, the crazy part is, and it doesn't make sense, and maybe you can help me make it make sense, but the men who have tried to talk to me or stop me and who have been like very, very, very persistent compared to the men who have been like, how you doing? Hi. You got a minute? I don't. Have a good day. I'd be like, hold on. Like those who like just understood and showed that you're not like a threat to me.
By not being predatory.
You're gonna turn around. You're gonna walk back away. I'd be like, wait a minute. Maybe I should, because you're not giving me that attacker, let me, just evade you, keep walking kind of energy. And that's like very attractive. So a man who understands no means no, not today, I have a man, even though she might be lying because you don't know what she's used to. the control, the willpower, the knowing your worth, king. Okay, if she don't want us, no problem. Have a good day. I'd be like, hold on, I'm sorry. You know what? I do have time. Come back.
You know what's so crazy? Yeah, it makes him more intriguing because it's like, oh, he's not being pressed about it. It's funny because I was at the corner store up the block from my house, right? And there's always a lot of guys over there, but it's the Dominican store, so they got real bacon. You know what I mean? You want bacon, egg, and cheese. Sometimes you want a bacon, egg, and cheese, right? Not a beef, bacon, egg, and cheese, not a turkey. So I go to the Dominican store sometimes because they got what I want, right? But there's always a lot of guys over there. And one of the guys, like, I've been there a few times. They've talked to me. I'll come out to say hi. I'll say hi back or whatever. Sometimes my kids are in the back. I'll keep their window kind of up, and I lock the car from the outside when I go in. But even one time, my son, he dropped something out the car. One of the guys went over to help him. So like a couple days later, I want to say maybe actually like 2 weeks later, he was like, would you give me a ride up to the Cincinnati? Joking. He was saying jokingly. And I was like, come on, let's go. And he was like, you was going to let me in your car? I was like, if I perceived you to be a threat, the answer would be no. I said, but you're the same man who held my child 2 weeks ago. Like, they don't think we don't realize, even though I'm not looking to talk to you, I did notice that you're not a predator. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not all of y'all standing outside are.
The crazy part is we have to really decipher who gives us predator energy and who doesn't. As a black woman is wild, but
that's the problem.
How you make us feel. I always say this, and people don't like fully understand it. Everything is a feeling. But no matter what you're doing, no matter what you're chasing, it's a feeling. So when you come in contact with other people, we always notice how that person made us feel. No matter if it's like 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, and like the men outside the stores, like you're talking about, the men in the common places we go, we do take that mental note of, okay, you know, he's this, he's that, and we categorize them.
I gotta see y'all all the time. Y'all on the block. You know what I'm saying? I don't want y'all to be on some, you know, energy
I bring
with
my
me.
kids
I want y'all to see me and be like, what's up, Cash? I want you to look out for me when my child is doing something or whatever the case is. I want you to see my kid and see them like yours. So I don't give off stuck up bitch energy ever. But I also expect you to respect my boundaries and not just like get in my personal space in a way that makes me feel, you know. But we team no fake, and I feel like you said you're faking it, and I still ain't hear about this faking it.
Speaking of feelings and faking, right? Okay.
What had
so
happened?
For me, I am not a penetration comer. I do not come from getting hammered. I don't come from in and out.
That makes sense.
I come from
I could explain that.
Getting licked. That's my shit.
Go ahead.
That's
Do
my
your big one. Go ahead. We're listening.
So I'm listening to her. I want to hear what's going on.
For me, it's be situations where a man might be like, come for daddy. Yeah, come on this dick. I'm not going to. But the fact that you want me to, and I want you to feel happy.
Now
you're going to tell him you did it?
I'm going to pretend it's happening. I'm going to pretend that you're doing that for me. And they be counting. Afterwards, they be like, damn, that was what, 3-4 times? I'm like, no, it was not. It was
Ew. Instantly Sahara Desert. It's somebody do that.
When you get dry, right.
It's so minimal that I don't even count it. Okay. It's like coming from getting head is like $100 bill. Coming from penetration is like a quarter, 25 cents for me. It's not comparable in any realm, but I only pretend that it's happening to stroke your ego.
Yeah, I would say this. So
it feels good though.
Almost 80%, I think closer to 85% of women require external stimulation, clitoral stimulation of some type to reach orgasm. But I also think that they don't understand the vaginal network. So
you know why? Because a lot of them don't give a fuck.
They don't care.
A lot of times I've been made to feel that sex is male-centered. It's all about when
it has been for a long time.
It's not about foreplay. It's about I want to fuck you, and that's just that. I don't even care if you come. I don't even care about eating your pussy, because it's just about how I want to feel. I want to be rough with you. I want to fucking fuck you like I watched the porno.
That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
That'd be
especially when you got a woman who's slightly a sensualist, who needs more of a fuller experience. Like, make me feel soft.
Yes.
Make me feel sensual. Make me feel like everything I do feels sexy. You know how Janet Jackson got that when she performed Would You Mind?
Yes.
She takes them and she just do. Make me feel like her. But I feel like because, first of all, a lot of men don't know women anatomy, and then a lot of women don't know women anatomy.
Right.
Other than the anatomy you need to know for like having a baby or stuff like that. So like your clitoris is actually the part that's stimulated on the outside is a small part as opposed to the whole clitoral network, which is actually inside your vagina surrounding the walls and the lips. That's the first thing we want to understand, right? So on the internal end of it, and maybe I can send y'all an image that y'all could drop in here so people can actually see what I'm saying. But you have two bulbs, you have vestibular bulbs that surround the inside of your vaginal walls and like the first couple of inches, right? Right before you curve up to that. Yeah, 2-3 inches in there. It's like kind of right there, right? Yeah. And then you have, and then I always say that these they look like stems. They kind of stem into like the lips area, the labia majora, which is the outer lips, guys. Okay. Right.
They muted this part by now.
Right.
Fast forward to the dick part.
Right. Yeah. They need to get on board because you won't know if she's faking it or not. But yeah, so like technically, you ever notice how that first slipping always got like a little, when they got the right girth and the right size and that first slide, and you just be like, it's like no matter how many times they've done it, it feels good. It's because like when you get really, really aroused, all of that starts to swell up. So like the blood rushes to your clit, and that's what makes your clit plump up. And when you lick it on the external scent, it feels good. But the inside of it gets this blood that swells up, and it makes your vaginal walls get swelled and tightened. So you feel tighter when they first enter.
If you're turned on, you feel tighter.
If you're turned on.
You hear that, fellas?
Keyword, bring the blood flow to the clit, meaning you have to get blood to rush down there, right? The body has a natural way of sending blood anywhere where it thinks it needs help. Help! Oh no, it feels too good. You're licking the shit out of me. Help me. So like, I always tell people like, that's why when sometimes they smack outside of it, it kind of has like a little sensation to it if it's just hitting, because technically when you get hit, you get red.
Right.
Which means that the body sent what? Blood. So the more blood that we get down there, the more aroused she will be. The G-spot literally is like a dry sponge until she's aroused. So you see, if you try to take a dry ass sponge, you know how when it first dry up after you wash the dishes and you try to scrub something, it's hard. You can't move it. You have to wet it up. You see how this is starting to connect? So like once you get the blood flow there, it gets spongy, it gets soft, it gets moist, it gets wet, and then the actual tissue of the G-spot gets spongy. Before that, it's not. So if you just go straight in there and start, she's like, I wasn't ready for this. You didn't send no waterworks down here. The other thing is positioning. So you talked about pounding. That's usually A spot or cervix, C spot, versus G spot, which is closer to the beginning of the vagina, but upward. So knowing how to position your body so that when they go in, they actually hit in the center point. The G spot is like the center of where the clitoral everything connects. So that's why if people can stimulate it well, it feels good. So I think that because people don't understand these parts of the anatomy, they just kind of aimlessly doing whatever feels good to them. They're just in there stroking, catching wreck, and they feel empowered because more of their dick is inside of you, despite what you're feeling and regardless. So when you're sitting there going, get it over. Oh, I'm coming again. Oh, you can come so fucking much. I can't stop coming.
With nothing coming out.
Yeah.
Can't they feel if you come?
Meanwhile,
I thought you were supposed to be able to feel it.
You would feel the vagina contracting, the pelvic floor muscles getting tight. So a lot of girls who have a weakened pelvic floor, if they don't Kegel, they actually have a hard time experiencing those types of orgasms because simply it's not strong down there. But for the guys, and like you said, you wouldn't even ask me. When I'm coming, I can't tell you. I can tell you when it's about to happen, but when it's actually happening, you know, you wouldn't be able to tell, man. You wouldn't be able to tell. I'll be over there looking like this.
So I do feel like that is completely true when it comes to not knowing the woman anatomy, and I do come from no from her and
oral.
But I do feel like that because again, my whole thing is I was with somebody for a long span of time, like my whole 20s, so the learning about me, the different experiences that get you to knowing about yourself, I didn't have. So now that I'm like in my 30s, it's like other things are happening. I'm confused. So I'm like, wait a minute. I thought, X, Y, and Z. But then it's like I can't pinpoint. I did this. I did that because I don't know. So I used to fake it just to get it, over with. Or like if
to get it over with.
To get it over with. Or if like
giving pussy to get over with it. Right?
Get it over with it. Like it's okay. But me not knowing what was happening, because I did feel like different things outside of like head was happening with penetration, but it's like with a person who takes their time, and then like the foreplay that comes into before you have sex and already get you at a certain point, it's like just learning and like observing and like taking a mental note of all those things. So for a long time, not even because he was bad or like, you know, it was him. Maybe in my mind I'm taking too long, or he wants me to do something that I don't know how to position myself to do, or I'm looking for, I can't like feel it or know it and identify it myself to be like, okay, this has happened, so here we are, like your expectations or my ignorance, for less, you know, of a better term, I would fake it a lot of times.
The part you said about, I feel like I'm taking too long, that's definitely me.
Yes,
Because I have a hard time shutting my brain off. And even though I love head, sometimes it takes me a little while. So
which is why foreplay is so critical, and head is not foreplay.
Yeah.
People don't.
It's oral sex.
Hello?
Oral sex.
Head
is not foreplay.
Okay.
It can aid foreplay, but the purpose of foreplay is actually to generate arousal, to generate sensation. So you should start foreplay in other erogenous zones, areas that can feel good. Even your tickle zones can be erogenous if kissed or touched or grabbed. Like I told my guy, he does some stuff like that. I'm like that, but if he grabbed me there, it's like a different feeling, like, oh, you feeling a little like a piranha today, right? But a long story short, if you ever think about like a deep stroke, right? When a guy's like taking that long, slow stroke, it's because like his whole penis is passing every bit of the anatomy in and out, versus like getting in there and just doing that pounding, where they basically planted themselves in the back of your vagina and trying to figure out how much farther I can get back there, versus most of our like vaginal network is closer to the front end, and then if you got that reach to hit the back end, when you do that long deep stroke, it can feel good. But again, it's all in a matter of not understanding, because if a guy knew how to position you right, he could hit your clit while he's penetrating you and get you exactly where you need to go.
Golly. Okay.
Just by brushing past you.
Another reason I would fake it, honestly, like it felt like an unfinished job, because I do appreciate a very let me say it clear. I appreciate a very nice, sexy, natural male moan.
Nice, sexy, natural.
Nice, sexy,
You are very
natural.
specific. So what? I need you to tell me. Can you show me what a natural moan sound like versus the unnatural, not so sexy?
Yes, I can.
Wait, so you giving us a male version?
I'm gonna give you a male version.
Okay.
I'm giving
I
you
need
a
this.
male
Yeah.
version of a. So first we're gonna do sexy and natural.
Okay.
Right, like a natural, like.
Okay.
Yeah, baby. You know, unnatural. Oh, fuck. Like,
How is it unnatural with his voice is deep?
Get off.
It isn't.
Get off
I'm gonna
of
tell
me.
you, when my guy, he's usually very mild in his moaning, but when he gets real primal,
Growling.
But like,
he starts to growl in
I don't
it.
like that.
Oh no, but
Why is he biting you now?
Like biting off flesh.
But you know it's so funny. Like he doesn't do it. I realize it's my fault when it happens though, cause like he'll be watching me, and I feel like the more he could tell he's like over surging me with so much, it kind of gets him hype.
Like a primal.
Yeah, but it's different when it's prime. Well, he does it when he's eating most.
Oh,
Now that's fire.
on. See,
I want to ravish me. I'll be like this.
Yeah.
I'll be over there like, yeah, baby. Right. But I could say, because he always jokes when we having sex, he'll be like all up in your ear, like,
Oh my
See, that's like a little.
He'll joke
I'm so
around
glad
with
y'all
it.
have each other, because he's pissing me off.
I'm gonna tell you, but it's because
that's y'all thing.
Because we're funny in
y'all
sex.
Right.
So you gotta know your person. But even if because there are times where he don't say nothing, and I look at him and I'm like, I'm a little worried because he got this like,
that's not how y'all get down.
he got this intense. He be like this, and I'll be looking at him like, oh, this nigga be in business today. Okay, all right. What time you gonna be to work? I can tell.
Right.
Versus when we got time and he really just let
he
himself
really
get
wanna-
into But some of these guys, I feel like they not, again, reading the room like you said earlier. I'm over here like this. I'm over here listening. I hear he loves me.
Right.
I'm over here Jill Scott, and you over here like, y'all gonna make me up in here? Like,
So
I love a male moan, though.
you think guys fake orgasm?
Yes.
Have you ever come across that?
they do.
I think I did.
You have experience with
I
that?
think I did.
Why?
How did you know? Or what made you feel like you did?
I think this was yonders ago.
This pussy doesn't go through that anymore.
when he was taking off the condom, there was nothing in it. I don't think, unless it was a drop. I didn't see anything in it.
Okay.
So I was like, maybe you
Did you hear
a
it?
bunch of noise. Because maybe you couldn't.
But that's the difference, though. Orgasm and ejaculation is not the same thing.
Well, maybe he orgasm.
You can have an orgasm without physical.
Ejaculation.
Oh, you need to see semen.
I need to see that come.
She needs affirmation cock. She needs
I mean,
dick formation. She
me,
needs
when
that
a
dick
man
to give her
comes-
affirmation.
Because sex is so male-centered to me. To me, when a man comes, that marks the end of sex. And when I see the cum, when I see the semen, the liquid, that makes me think.
Plenty of times I have sex with my man and he doesn't come.
Yeah.
But he does it on purpose. Like if he's about to go to the gym, but I also want cock.
Oh, he
right?
gets himself tired.
Yeah, he doesn't want to because once he lets that out, whatever. So he'll do everything to get me off. And
Shout
so
out to him.
I've kind of found that sometimes that's not always the best measure because some guys literally mentally they've not experienced a certain thing. But on the flip side, it's also possible that he maybe chucked it up to being more than that's real big of you.
Pleasers. Shout out to the pleasers who want to make sure a woman is satisfied and she comes good and she comes hard. Right. I love a male moan. Male moans really get my juices.
Oh yeah, they get me going.
Because the same way a man wants to feel that he's doing his thing and you loving it is the same way I want to feel. Thank you guys for tuning into this episode of Milfshake. Make sure you're going to listen to me. You're going to listen to me good.
Right.
You watch this video. You got to this point. You better make sure you hit that like button. Right. Make sure you subscribe and share our podcast with your fan band, with the women in your family that we talk about mom life. We talk about real shit. We talk about dicks. Mm-hmm. We talk about pussies and porn. I'm sorry. Blur all of this out, but thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe, tap in, drop a comment. See y'all next time.
Bye.
We talk about children and pussies and
Right, at
dicks.
the same conversation. It's like my milkshake brings all the realness to the yard.
Right. I like that.